slide them on. I can't tell. Prior to, okay, a 15-year-old who had a brain injury, he came in, he was only ranked in the 10th percentile for standardized testing. He was math illiterate. 6 months after neurotherapy or 40 sessions, he ranked in the 50th percentile. Now, he's not an Einstein, but he's a lot better. It made his parents very happy. Teachers gave us feedback. They wrote about how he was doing. And initially, they thought this was it was a bunch of crap, and so they were giving the parents a hard time. And then we had that email where they were making fun of us. And then now they're saying, he's doing even better. And then the results were he did that well on his math test. So we've had great results with kids who are having trouble in either math or reading. We can see that on the brain. And you just help that particular area of the brain. Okay, the next one is a brain injury. A 21-year-old who was in a single motor vehicle accident with rollover sustained injury to his right frontal and left parietal area. Actually, like this. Here and here. And when we met him, it was a year after his accident. And he had poor impulse control. He was easy to anger, unsteady gait, uncoordinated right hand, like he would do this. His speech would do that too, where he had like that in his talking. And he had poor eye-hand coordination. And he would always say, go big or go home, repeatedly. Beautiful kid. This, he was trying to avoid a deer. I mean, he had everything going for him. So they were pretty. I'm showing you this case because these are some of the pictures we get. And the different colors in the different area of the brain lights up and gives us a nice picture or view of what people look like. So this confirmed his brain injury, and this is what I want to really see. Before neurotherapy, after neurotherapy. Huge difference. This whole brain had delta waves. Delta. A lot of them. And here's the delta waves when we got done. We diminished them greatly. You don't want delta. Remember, those are your sleep waves. So his brain was pretty asleep when we met him, and when we finished, he looked like that, and he went to college. And he wants to go into, of course, something medical. Now, he wasn't perfect, but we used nutrition, hormones, and this to get him there. His testosterone was always 21. Who'd have thought? But why would you think? Your pituitary and hypothalamus that controls all your hormones are up here. And why don't we think about that in brain injury? If somebody's had a head injury, their hormones might be off. I don't care if they're 21. Because a 21-year-old should not have low testosterone, low thyroid, low adrenals. He had all three. So I got him on testosterone and thyroid, and that's part of why he looks better. And part of it, this is why I want to do a holistic picture. I also put him on brain nutrition, and he was doing chiropractic before I met him. So, gave him the best of all we can give him. And with brain, the thing with this is, I think if we could keep going, he would still see the improvements, but it gets to be a financial issue and a time issue, and at some point, maybe, in our lifetimes, we'll have a way that you do this at home. Like, you'll be able to buy the devices will get cheaper. You could hook them up at home, and then we could tell you what to do. For somebody with chronic problems. So I hope for that in our lifetime. I think we'll see it. So why does neurotherapy work? Well, if there is neuroplasticity of the brain can still heal and change and adapt. And I was taught in med school that doesn't happen. Once you injure a brain, sorry, you're done. Nothing we can do. You're stuck. There's no such thing. The brain, once you're an adult, you can't heal. We're finding that that's not true. And the brain can recognize patterns. It's more flexible than we thought. It can shift activity to match what we are doing. And it has a certain amount of resilience and the ability to bounce back. And it's there. And we just have to learn to harness it. It's just like everything else in medicine. It's like they're told that this can't happen and that can't happen. And the truth is, or like, for instance, the Lyme disease thing that's very prevalent. Oh, that's not prevalent. Well, that's because our current lab test doesn't find it. But does that mean it's not prevalent? No. So you have to understand that just because we don't understand how to help the brain doesn't mean you can't ever help the brain. And now we're finding out you can. And we're just in our infancy and understanding. So maybe, hopefully in our kids' lifetime, there'll be better and better answers quite fast. We're learning now so fast that we can't even hardly keep up. The devices and the way to use them differently together to help the brain is starting to just skyrocket. There's a lot of hope. So how many sessions are needed? Average number of sessions are between 30 and 40, depending on how long you've had the problem. In brain injury, there's improvement with 30 to 40 treatments, but if the client chooses, we keep going because you keep seeing improvement. It's kind of up to the person, what you want to do. How long will the results last? Most clients have a lifelong abatement of presenting symptoms. Children might need a booster session in their mid-20s. And if you want to ever come back and get booster sessions, you can.